Hello, everyone. So, I had a conversation earlier, kind of a conversation with someone, and they said how they took a stance in their life and, stop letting themselves be manipulated by people. And it got me thinking. And, I realized in my life, like, I let myself be manipulated a lot. But, not but, I was the one allowing the manipulation by manipulating myself into thinking that I deserve that shit. And, I'm not saying it was consciously. Like, I did things, and some of the things I did were, they were my choice. Like, I would choose to do something for someone. At the same time, I didn't want to. But I would manipulate myself into thinking that I should do it because it was the right thing to do. But that's all stuff that we were taught. Like, you're taught, like, you need to, like, be so giving of yourself. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being giving, because I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that whenever you're giving to everyone else, when you don't want to, that's where the issue is. Because we're supposed to say no when we want to say no. We're not just supposed to say yes to everything all the time. We're supposed to do things because we want to, not because we feel like we have to, not because we were told to, not because we were taught that was the right thing to do. And I realized, like, I was manipulating myself into so many things. And I'm not saying the other person didn't, manipulate me. But there was a part of me that made myself believe that I couldn't say no. That saying no was wrong. And of course that's not true. And I know that now. And saying no is okay. But it all goes back to, beliefs, your belief system. And your belief system is something that's taught to you. Because you weren't born believing things, you were taught things to believe. The thing is that, depending on your life, if you were able to, look at things from your own perspective and make those choices and decisions on what you believed, or if you just had to go with what everyone said, or you felt like you did, because, that's the dynamic you grew up in. And like for me, there was, religion, the church, and that was, how do you argue with that? You know what I mean? Like, they're telling you this is the way it is, and this is what's going to happen. And like, you think you do that I went to Catholic school for, I don't know, 10 years. And we went to church for I don't know how many years. There was a point where we stopped going to church. And and that was in my childhood. And I don't remember how old I was at the time. But there was a point where we stopped. And I don't think I ever really went back until I was in the military. And I would go to church basically to get out of cleaning duty. And then I would go after I don't know if it was after I had my son, my first son. I think I started going back to church sometime in there, and then something occurred, and I was out again. And I was like, nope, it's not for me. And then every once in a while, I would go to church for, I don't know, mostly funerals, and I enjoyed like some of the songs, but otherwise, no, it wasn't for me. And at this point in my life, I'm not sure I will ever step into another church again. I'm not going to say, I'm not because there may be something that would, but I wouldn't do it because I'm going there for me, because I don't need church to connect with God. I'm always connected within myself. And yeah, but anyway, the manipulation is crazy how it works. But like, I feel like you have to get away from the things that you were being manipulated by, to like really see the truth of it all. And the truth of it all is that it all starts with me. And I can sit here and blame other people and be a victim. And I'm not saying people didn't do stuff they shouldn't have, because there were things at the same time. And I don't have to let those people in my life anymore. And that's my choice. And that's part of my peace. At the same time, this is my life, and I get to make the decisions for my life. And now that I see that I was part of the problem, I guess you'd say, like, I was the one that, and I mean, we're conditioned. It's conditioning from all sorts of things. And for me, society, religion, the news, whatever, to make you think that you have to choose a side, you have to pick something to believe in. When, in my opinion, now in my life, is that all I needed to do was pick me. Me, God, the universe. It's all the same thing. It's one thing. We're all one. Everything. I'm everything. But I had to choose me, because it all comes from me. It all starts with me. And once I realized that, like, that's where things really start coming together. And I guess we'll always be on our journey. I don't know, because but it's opened my eyes a lot, and I see so many things now that I didn't see before. So, all right, everyone. Love, peace. Stay tuned.